Rain splattering on plastic, cyan-tinted fog lingering in the air. Beeps. Lots and lots of different beeps. That's what I think of first when I think of Bungie's marathon. Something fresh is a wish many have expressed for games over the years. But what happens when something that's outside the norm pops up? Negativity. Most of my friends, and a lot of people online, having nothing but gripes about the game. Overstimulating, unfinished. To be honest, I had some worries about the game as well. I did absolutely love the look and the confusion it all caused. It felt exactly how a foreign world should feel like. It feels alien, to a point that it clearly alienates many. I love the plastic looking colorful buildings. I very much enjoyed the absolute clusterfuck that the game could become in some situations. And, despite it technically also being a gripe of mine, I did appreciate the absolute lack of resources and having to feel like a rat. It doesn't just feel futuristic like games such as Apex Legends does. The lack of familiarity with structures and materials that don't immediately make sense is exactly what gives it the right feeling. I get why so many people don't click with it, but I also think they should force themselves to linger in the world a little longer. With sounds and noises all around that made no sense, buildings with confusing layouts and plenty of sensory overload, everything felt like danger. It was exactly how an alien world should be. Something I also appreciated was how the UI is designed. Yeah, the menus are a tad complicated to navigate, and plenty of stuff is hard to parse, especially mid-run, but that, to me, added to the charm.
Enemies can't hear our speech, can they? That's on the map already and dead. That was immediate.
Though I wish there was an option for more gradually disabling the HUD, or making it more context sensitive, because going through the map with the HUD off completely felt so much more immersive. Having it kick in for combat or only under certain conditions such as being near objectives would be a nice addition. With it off, I was certainly more aware of what was around me. The contract screen and the codex were some of my favorite parts in the beta. The visuals made them all distinctive and made me want to learn more. Usually, when I see these kinds of quest givers in extraction games, I kind of make a note of them at first, and then just blank on their existence. But Marathon makes it pretty hard to do, with each of them being pretty crazy in their own regard. I definitely played a lot more than I had thought I would after the first few hours with the game, just because I wanted to see more from side contracts. The mystery that surrounds Tau Ceti 4 is a draw big enough for me personally to be interested in experiencing more. That said, apart from the rich vibe that does feel fresh, the actual gameplay isn't all that novel itself. It doesn't really bring anything significantly new to the extraction genre, though with how much depth Tarkov provides, that would be pretty tough to do. The gunplay does feel great, which is a plus, and there's ample opportunities to ambush and get ambushed by players. The AI is an actual menace. There is a lot of it, it's very aggressive, and most of the AI units have way too much health for how little ammo and healing you have. That said, I do feel like that might be in part to encourage players to be a bit more sneaky about how they engage with the maps. You are supposed to be a soul rat scurrying for resources in a corporate-owned space. You're not exactly meant to be a war machine. Having to read and scan the attachments and enhancements to get what they do does hinder the decision making a little. Few items immediately make it clear for whom or what they are meant for, and there's not too many aspects differentiating them, so you can't tell what is what at a glance. It's especially bad for the weapon and body mods. But Maybe that's something that'll be remedied with more experience, or potential fixes down the line. Marathon does have some potential. I don't think it has even the slightest chance to trump Tarkov, but with sufficient content and care post-launch, it could serve to be another nice casual alternative next to Arc Raiders. Both games have nice art styles in their own right, and the gameplay is pretty solid in both as well. For now, Marathon does have less jaw for more runs apart from completing contracts than Arc Raiders does. But if there's enough maps to explore and learn on launch, I do think I might end up spending more time with Marathon just because of how unique the world feels to me personally. I'm a sucker for weird. And, seeing how we're headed for a corporate hellscape ourselves, it might be nice to have a head start in seeing how those turn out. Even if we're definitely not living long enough to see said hellscape spreading to different planets. Should you give Marathon a try? If you like feeling out of place, absolutely. Tau Ceti 4 is absolutely amazing for that. If you're looking for the next big game, maybe not. I feel like Marathon will do alright, but it just might really be alien enough to be a miss with most people. Though I certainly hope it succeeds. We need more weird. We need more alien.